Oh, hello.
So anyway.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello. So we asked you in a poll what you wanted us to talk about, and this subject won: how to do OPR with a busy family schedule. I guess it's like how to do general wargaming with a busy family schedule, right? Because like they all take a lot of time. And so to begin with, what is a busy family schedule? We are married. We have 4 children. I work about 40, 50 hours a week, and I do a bunch of YouTube stuff. And one of our kids is in things. You know, when the kids get older, they're in hours and hours of things. 4 or 5 days a week.
Activities.
It never freaking ends. And the second one is starting that. And the fourth one is a baby. So we're pretty much booked up on time.
Yeah.
And yet we are here dry brushing metallic robots for some reason, and occasionally we have time to play a game and we'll sleep when we're dead. So how do we have time to do this? Well, we made a list of a few things that helps. First off, start small. So we think if you watched any videos of other people playing war games, they have like, oh look, here's my 150,000 points of this army that fills an entire warehouse that I've clearly been painting on for the last eternity. And you're going to get into wargaming and you get like 5 gray models. And you start painting and you realize these things take a long freaking time to paint. Unless your name is War Boss Fitz for some reason. So start small. And what we did, if you've noticed, all of our videos are basically just firefight. So Grimdark Future Firefight. It's a skirmish game. You can play with like 4 or 5 models. And if you go back to our earliest games, I think those, our models weren't even painted, were they?
No. Like
nothing was painted. And I think the first, like a lot of the games that we played off camera, we didn't have any terrain either. We just set up like those magnet tiles on a table. Remember that? And even the magnet tiles, since you can have steps and stuff, there was like elevation and bridges and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was very colorful, all the magnet tiles. But the thing with this, you know, you print them and take your time. We can paint as we feel like, and eventually they might all be painted.
Entirely your preference, though. Like, if you want to play with gray models, go for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see like all the painted stuff on YouTube and like, oh, we can only play with everything being fully painted.
Nope, it's not required.
Well, in that case, we would never play because we don't have time to fully paint everything. We're working on it, but it's not happening very quickly. Another nice thing with one-page rules, it's like it scales to whatever kind of size you want to play. So if you want to play a firefight game, that's no problem. It's just a few models. And if later on you want to scale up to bigger games, you can do so. It's kind of nice, especially with the army builder. You can really scale up or down. You know, nothing takes a long time to figure out. The rules are really simple.
I mean, it seems like compared to other war games, I haven't played other war games, but it seems like compared to them, OPR is meant to be a simpler one. So, like as a newbie myself, who have never played any other war games and tabletop games, I think it took me a second to really pick up on it, to understand the language and the terminology and exactly how the game played. But it wasn't like so hard that I didn't want to learn it. It was still fun learning it, and I'm still learning. Worth the time to learn it though, because it's fun to play.
Yeah, and the time to learn doesn't take forever. There's no 70 pages of rules to learn. I mean, there is that expanded rule book, which has a bunch of stuff in it. But really, we haven't messed with that too much. A few of the extra actions and whatever, but really, like we just kind of play the basic rules.
Yeah, because the expanded rule book, it's like, besides the basic rules, those are all optional. You can just play the game with the basic rules. And then as you get comfortable playing it, I think you can add on more, right? And
yeah, if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even have like totally expanded like magic rules and like completely changing the way it is rather than just like roll, and if it's a 4 or bigger, you win. And like I think that's one thing people don't realize about a lot of war games. There's a lot of rules to learn, and if you don't have the time to invest, especially the time without someone screaming in your ear to like figure out what the rules are, you're never going to play it, right? So if it's something that you can pick up, it's kind of like a lot of board games. Like what I really liked about Unmatched which is a board game, bunch of board games. We have a bunch of the kits. It's highly variable depending which hero you pick, and it doesn't take forever to figure out how to do it. You know, it doesn't take forever to learn the rules, and the game itself doesn't take forever. It's not like Monopoly, you know? So you got to pick the game that you have time to learn and the time to actually play.
Yep.
And who on earth has time to finish a game of Monopoly anyway? Like, not us. I've never finished a game. The only games I've seen are where people cheat so much until someone gets caught and then the game ends. That's how Monopoly ends. Okay, next up, speaking of time, not enough time, our second tip, you gotta make time.
Yeah, don't tell yourself, oh, we'll do it when we have the time to do it, because if you have 4 kids like us, that'll never come. You know?
You're never gonna have time. Right now, looking at the clock, 12:24 a.m. That's when we're recording this.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much when all of this stuff gets painted anyway. So right now we're just painting because we want full armies of some things. And we just put the camera on. Why is this stuck?
And we're only doing it this late too because kids don't have school tomorrow. So we don't have to wake up super early. But
Hang on, I gotta borrow a sword here to unplug this.
don't break it. Did it work?
Maybe? Yes, it worked.
So the way
Thank
we
you,
do
random
it.
sister.
So the way we do it is that we usually would play the games on the weekend. I think usually Sunday nights.
Yeah, Sunday. It's Sunday night right now.
Yeah. And so then we decide on it, mark it on the calendar so that we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, you make the time, you commit, and then you gotta kind of do it. And you gotta kind of accept perhaps you're not gonna play as many games as you want. Like before we were doing this, what games were we playing? None. Before we had like the third kid, I think we would occasionally play video games, but but I think to make it happen when it gets busier and busier and busier, it's like when you're married and you got to do like some kind of date thing. They say it's really easy to say like, oh, we're too busy or oh, I'm so tired. No, you got to put it on the schedule. You just got to do it. So that's kind of what we're doing here. And the great benefit of this game is we can just pull the stuff out and do it in the basement. And if one of the kids wakes up and they're upstairs running around, we can just go deal with that. You can't do that if you have to be like out at a movie theater or something. Of course, suppose then a babysitter's got to deal with it.
Yeah. But when you do put it in the calendar, just don't feel like you have to do it so often. We only like do this every other weekend, I think.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, roughly. And especially this kind of game takes a lot of prep work. So don't feel pressured to have to do it so frequently. I feel like with a busy family schedule, every other week, like twice a month, I think is enough.
I think twice a month is good, yeah.
Yeah, because it's this, we do this to have fun, and we don't want to stress ourselves out with a game,
Yeah, if it's not fun, we're not going to do it. We have very limited time, especially limited time where it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And that brings us, I think, to our last point of 3 here. First, start small. Second, make time. 3, prep work. You got to prep. That means we have a limited amount of time. We got to use all of it. And we got to hit the ground running when we get down here. That means we're both doing bedtime duty. She was getting one of the kids to bed. I was doing the dishes. We're like going crazy. And then as soon as the dishes are done, I came down here, set this up, got the paints out. Because we put a lot of this stuff away.
Yeah.
So when you have kids, like, if it's not put away, the kids will mess with it. And they will break it.
At least our kids.
At least one of our kids will do that.
Yep. So the prep work for the game would be like choosing which faction you're going to play with, making your list,
Ahead of time.
And then making sure that you have those minis ready and out, and that you kind of study your list so you know how you're going to play. Also, if you're going to have terrain and other stuff, that you have those kind of ready. Like we throughout the week, whenever we have a little bit of time, that's when we do it, like a little bit of time each day. It also helps that we have a sort of a designated area for this game, so we don't have to entirely store them away.
This table is only used for this stuff.
Yes, this IKEA table, very old IKEA table.
Used to be our kitchen table. It's not quite big enough. It's only 3 feet wide, but it works.
Yep. So then when the day comes, we're going to play that day, what usually ends up happening is as the day goes on, we kind of start pulling out the things to be set up, and we get ready the list, the terrain. And then at night, when we start doing bedtime, we start setting up as we're getting kids to bed. So that by the time the kids are all in bed and we decide to play a game, we can just jump into it and not have to do a lot of work to get into it.
And jump into it, get straight into it, get through it quickly, and then off to bed because it's like after midnight at that point.
I think we end up like a third of the way through the game. We're both starting to yawn.
Yeah, we start forgetting rules by the end.
Like, yeah, we yawn. You're so tired. Can't remember which round we were on. But in the end, it'll be all worth it because it was fun.
I always have trouble getting the exact right amount of paint on the dry brush. If anyone has any tips, tell me. Edit this in later. Another thing we do, so we're like doing multiple kinds of date night things all at once. I think it becomes more important the more children you have, because it seems like the children go up and your time goes down exponentially, like your spare time. So we're relaxing with the kids in bed. That's like a date night almost if you have all your kids and they're all asleep at the same time. One of them is at a sleepover, so that helps. We're also having our like tea date.
And ice cream.
And our ice cream date. All at once.
It's kind of a paint and sip, you know?
Paint and sip
Except
and eat.
It's alcohol free.
Because, yeah, we're sleep deprived. Our brains are shutting down enough. We don't need more help.
We still gotta be responsible adults for the young kids and children in this house.
Also think, if we didn't have kids, would we be going out right now?
I don't know.
Like, we wouldn't be out on the town. We would probably be...
At this time? At this hour, are you talking? Or for a date?
In general, we probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind, but you know.
Well, if we had any nice restaurants in this town. We're nerds is what I'm saying. Before we had kids, we played a lot of Minecraft together. And Diablo 3. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
We played a lot of Diablo 3. We did a lot of other video games.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Played a lot of Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2. Played all the way through Resident Evil 5.
There was another game that we played on Steam where the characters looked really blocky, but it was like a zombie. It was like in Canada.
Unturned. We did tons. We were unturned streamers for a while.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're way off topic.
Oh, yeah.
So the point is, you're busy. We get it. I think almost all of you watching are like middle-aged dudes, give or take a decade or two. A lot of you probably have families. You don't have a lot of time, so you got to find time. Start slow. Be totally happy with gray models and unpainted terrain. Paint them slowly as you go. You don't need everything painted looking perfect to play.
Yeah.
And it's not like these go bad. You paint it once and then you're good. You can just use it. Like OPR is not going to discontinue this model. It's not miniature agnostic. Like you can use cans of soda if you want. Then you got to make time. This does take time. Make the time. If you don't make the time, that's cool. It just means you have other priorities. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. You're not being paid to play this game. Make your priorities what they are. But if you want to make this a priority, you do have to make time, just like anything else.
Yep.
And when you have time, what little time you have, prep so it actually works.
But even this prepping moment can be a date night.
Prep can be a date night, yes.
Because you can have painting while having a snack, and you can turn on Netflix or your favorite show or movie and watch together.
We do watch Netflix and paint a lot. That's true.
Yes.
A lot, meaning when we paint.
Yep.
Often there's Netflix and ice cream. And then I can't remember how the nights end because I'm so sleep deprived at that point that my brain shuts down.
Yep.
So if you want to...
We do forego sleep.
Yeah. So if you want to hear us talk about anything else, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Or you want to see us play some kind of game? What factions do you want? What kind of game do you want? A lot of you suggested Star Quest. That would be cool. We're going to get a bunch of models painted and then we'll do a bunch of fun stuff. So we will see you next time.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.